It's another chilly morning in Wellington. I'm outside the Bell House waiting for Aspen.
People are gonna think I'm staking this place out. And for once, that isn't true.
It's after breakfast, but before the sun's up. Aspen invited me for a free drink before they open, but I'm starting to think I've been duped.
Anytime now.
Did you even check, like, when they're supposed to open? I rub my arms and bounce around to try to stay warm. Right as I'm thinking about picking the lock myself, the front door swings open and Aspen waves me inside.
So anyway, like I was saying, my uncle taught me this trick to make it taste better. You put a little bit of salt in the coffee and it brings out the flavor, right?
Aw, hell yeah.
Not too much. You don't want to make it salty, but just a little bit.
Sorry about that. I got a little held up.
Okay, but for good reason, putting salt in sweet stuff is the way to go.
I was thinking maybe you forgot about me after all.
No, you're not rid of me that easily. I
tried it and it's really good. Have you tried it? Remind me, I'll make you one. So then I was thinking, if I start doing that every time I make a drink, eventually people will start realizing that their coffee's better when I make it, but they won't know why.
Talking to Lena. That can always take longer than you expect or plan for. But she and I often look the other way for each other on certain things. Such as letting you in before the store opens, for instance.
Oh.
Oh, am I not supposed to be here?
That's cool.
As long as we open on time, it's fine, and Lena and I are the two fastest. You kind of have to be when she's involved.
What do you mean?
I'm sure you'll see. Come on, what do you want today?
I inspect the menu. It's as unhelpful as ever.
Here's a paper copy, if that's easier to read.
Oh boy. She hands me a little printout menu. It's also distinctly lacking pictures.
Sorry, can't read it.
Oh, thank God. I was like, how long is it gonna be before we just fucking tell them, like, hey, stop handing me words.
Oh, do you need a Korean version? I'm afraid we don't have one.
Oh, nah. Can't read any languages.
Why do you sound so proud when you say that? I may as well have told her that the sky is green. Oh my. Aspen stares at me in clear disbelief. This isn't the usual weird look. This is beyond that. She laughs nervously.
You're joking, right?
Why would we joke about that? I shake my head. She, oh no, collapses into a stool behind her, fanning her face with the menu in her hand.
I can't believe it. I just can't. So you haven't. Wow.
I can tell she really wants to say more, but holds herself back.
I suppose that explains a lot. Still, I just can't imagine.
It takes a moment, but she regains her composure.
Anyway, if you want to try something new, then how about our ambrosia latte?
The hell?
It's one of our seasonal beverages with apple and caramel.
Actually, that sounds like it slaps.
Apples and coffee? I've never had that before.
Yes, well, we're experimenting with the recipe still.
I said that we should try adding more cinnamon to it.
I don't even know where Lena comes from. Suddenly she's just there.
Aspen said it would overwhelm the other flavors, but I add extra whenever I make one, and so far no one's complained.
Lena, are you serious?
Well, yeah. How else are we gonna find out which one's better? I'll make one for your friend too, and she can tell us which one she likes more.
Lena!
The other girl hurries back to the kitchen, clearly not caring about what Aspen was about to say. Aspen just sighs and shakes her head.
Right, well, I have to open the registers and put on the coffee. I'll have your drink in a couple minutes.
Okay, thanks.
I hop up on one of the tall stools and wait, swinging my legs back and forth. Before long, the cafe fills with the smell of warm coffee and baking bread. It's enough to make my mouth water, even though it hasn't been long since I last ate. Aspen roams between the kitchen and the front area, always looking very busy. She checks and inspects what seems like every drawer and cabinet in the place while getting ready. Lena's busy too, mopping and setting up chairs. At some point, she put earphones in, and her music is loud enough for me to hear it from across the building. Oh my god, your hearing! After a while, Aspen returns to my table, along with a steaming paper cup.
Here you go. 1 ambrosia latte.
I pop the lid off so I can take a peek at the drink itself. It smells light and fruity, and a swirl of caramel syrup is melting into the coffee and whipped cream.
Looks good.
Hopefully it tastes good too.
I have a tiny little sip since it's too hot to drink very fast. The tartness of the apple actually goes pretty well with the coffee flavor.
It's a little sour, but it's not bad. Not as good as a fairy kiss chiller, though.
Well, I can't complain about that.
The chair squeaks against the floor as Aspen sits down across from me.
So, have you decided how you're going to spend your day?
Not yet. What about you?
Well, she's working.
There's still another 7.5 hours left on my shift, so I'll be here for quite a while. After work, I try to have a social life or get some writing done. Although lately I usually just collapse on the bed and take a nap.
Hey, me too! Without a bed, though.
Yes, well, I'm sure frolicking through the flowers and chasing rabbits gets tiring.
Ooh, are there rabbits around here?
Not for long, I imagine. Speaking of which, have you thought about what I said yesterday? About getting a job? It seems you have more than enough time on your hands.
Like, yes. Yes, I get this. But at the same time, Aspen, it's been a singular day. And also, I don't know about this world, but the job market is in shambles. And this girly pop doesn't have any work experience. You're crazy.
You do know what a job is, right?
More or less. I mean, I've seen people at work before. But I've never had my own job before you ask.
Yes, I'm aware. Anyway, you'd have money to buy things you want, and you wouldn't have to steal to get it.
What do I need money for, though? Juliet lets me sleep at her house, and she even gives me food.
I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but Juliet can't take care of you forever, you know?
I know.
Right now, I'm still getting used to even living here. Haven't given any thought to what might happen later on.
I don't even know what kind of job I could get. Is there some place that would hire me to steal things?
God, I hope so.
Not legally, no. But maybe you can find a way to use those skills. Maybe you could be a security guard somewhere, or a locksmith.
Maybe. What exactly is your job, anyway?
Well, as you know, I'm a barista. That means I make coffee and tea and hot chocolate and whatever else our customers ask for. Some people rely on our products just to get through their day, so I consider it to be a very important job. If we were to close or go out of business, there would be a great many people who would be distraught over it.
Wow! And you're gonna do this for the rest of your life?
Not for that long, I hope. It's not my passion by any means, but I don't mind it. It can be rather exhausting though, especially on busy days.
Can't say she's selling me on this whole job idea.
What is your passion?
It's this.
Like she was waiting for me to ask, Aspen dramatically pulls out a small notebook and puts it on the table. It's the one that I see her writing in all the time. I lean forward to look at it closely. It's not very big, about the size of my hand, and it's mostly purple in color. There's an intricate gold pattern around the border. Definitely looks fancy. I could probably get a lot of money for this at the right store.
This is my writing notebook. One of them, at least. My passion is writing, bringing stories and characters to life, making people feel what I feel.
The way you said that last part sounded threatening.
There's nothing quite like it. So challenging, yet rewarding. It's both my favorite activity and also the most frustrating one. This notebook is full of story ideas, lines that I come up with, or other interesting details. One of the best parts of working here at the Bell House is that I get to meet so many interesting and inspiring people. For example, when you first came in, I wrote a brief note about you. I never imagined that just a few days later we'd be having this conversation.
Trust me, I didn't either. What did you write about me?
For some reason, Aspen's face gets a little red. Tell me! Let me see your notebook!
I don't remember.
You're
just
a
that I
liar.
wrote something. It's in another notebook, not this one.
You're a liar! Liar, liar, pants on fire!
My dream is that someday I'll be able to make a living from my writing. In fact, when I moved to Wellington a couple of years ago, that was supposed to be the first step. It's been taking longer than I'd like so far. Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself that I'm not going to sleep that night until I finish at least a chapter.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But then by the time I'm done with work, all I want to do is pass out.
You gotta take it in smaller chunks.
Of course, that just puts me further and further behind. I've really only myself to blame, I suppose, but life doesn't make it easy for me.
Sighing, Aspen puts her notebook away once more while I sip my drink.
Saying it like that, I can't fault you for not wanting to get a job.
And yet you're hounding me about it like you're my mother.
I'm only here because I need some way to pay the bills. That's just the life of a starving artist for you.
Did someone say job? Are you getting a job here? Is this an interview?
God, I hope not. From out of nowhere, Lena appears with a cup in her hands.
No, Miho's just a friend. And were you eavesdropping on us?
It's not eavesdropping if you're in public.
She's got a point.
You should learn to talk quieter if you don't want people to hear you. Like me.
Tell me you're joking.
About what?
For Aspen, I love Lena. Wait a minute, we have to be friends. I love her. Poor Aspen can even answer. Lena turns to face me instead.
Anyway, that's too bad. We could definitely use the help. Hey, why not apply here if you're looking for work? I bet Aspen would put in a good word for you, right? I could do it too. It'd kind of be lying, I guess, since I don't know you that well, but you seem like an alright person. I mean, if Aspen trusts you, you have to be okay, I think. I can go get you an application right now if you want. I printed out a whole stack of them yesterday.
What?
Actually, it's the second stack, because the first one jammed up the printer and...
Lena, I am begging you to please be normal.
Stop silencing her. I love her.
What? Tell me why it's a bad idea. Do you not think... What's your name again?
Miho.
Do you not think Miho could do it?
No, it's not that. I'm sure she'd do great. It's just...
Wait, that sounds fun. Would I get to work with you?
Yeah, we'd work together. Oh, you meant Aspen, didn't you? Yeah, she'd be there too.
Slapping her hands on the desk, Aspen stands up from the table.
It's certainly an idea. Perhaps one we should discuss later. Lena, you and I should be getting to work, don't you think?
Okay, boss.
Please just go unlock the door.
Okay.
Smirking, Lena heads towards the front of the store. Oh man, I love her so much.
Feel free to hang out for a bit if you'd like, Miho. Although it's going to get busy soon, so I won't...
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. If you need something to do, come play tennis with me this afternoon.
In a heartbeat, absolutely.
Tennis?
Yeah, you know, you hit the ball back and forth over the net.
I know what it is. Is that your hobby?
For now, I like trying new things.
I'll think about it. I should try something new myself, too.
I wasn't asking.
Oh, God.
Anyway, you said it yourself. You're totally coming. So, I'll see you there.
Okay.
I can't help but feel like I've been roped into something here. But it's true. It's true that I should at least give it a shot, especially because this is Lena we're talking about, and any extra time spent with her is going to be the highlight of my day. Maybe I'll turn out to like tennis even more than I expect.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Lena starts to leave again and then suddenly jumps back around to face me again. Is it gonna be the cinnamon drink?
Oh, right. There's one more thing.
How many more things does she have? All of them. She has all of them. I can practically feel Aspen's exasperation as Lena runs back and slams the cup she was carrying onto the table in front of me.
Try this. Tell me which one you like more. The one I made or the one Aspen made?
Okay.
With an unnecessarily loud sigh, Aspen goes and unlocks the front door herself. I thought that Lena just did. Lena not actually do that? Wait, where's the history? The log. What? Aspen just wants to treat me with a coffee, but Lena has nothing to say about that. I've never seen this. Wait, I should be right-clicking more often. How have I not accidentally right-clicked at all this whole time? That's crazy. Usually my hand is doing whatever it wants, and I accidentally click things when I don't mean to. Go unlock the door. She heads towards the front of the door. I guess she didn't make it. I guess she didn't make it there. Okay. I'm over halfway done with Aspen's drink, but I take another gulp, paying attention to the mix of flavors. Then I do the same with Lena's. Lena watches eagerly, fists clenched in excitement.
So, what you think? Come on, be honest.
I can't taste a single difference.
They're both good.
Sure, but which one's better?
Taking another sip of each, I try to detect anything that's different between them, but can't. Fortunately, Aspen saves me. She looms behind Lena like a phantom.
Lena, don't you think maybe you should go check the croissants?
Nah, I already looked at them earlier. A couple of them were kind of schoolish, but I tried to massage them back into shape. Don't worry,
I didn't even cut her off. You cut her off. Why would you do that? How dare you silence Lena also? No.
Don't worry.
Ah, beans! I've hit the wrong button.
Don't worry, I washed my hands first. I was trying.
For once, Lena's the one cut off is... For once? Okay. As Aspen jerks on her apron strings and she flaps her wings to maintain her balance.
Why don't you go check on them again? Or maybe the muffins, if you haven't yet.
Fine. We all know Miho just didn't want to hurt your feelings anyway.
Aspen releases her and Lena walks off to the back of the cafe like an embarrassed cat, pretending it was her idea all along. After she disappears into the kitchen, Aspen sighs yet again.
I'm sorry about that.
Don't you ever apologize for Lena. I love her so much.
It's fine. She seems nice.
That is certainly one way you could describe her.
She's also excellent and perfect and wonderful.
What I was trying to say earlier is that you can stay here if you want, but I won't be able to chat. Our first customers will be here any minute now.
That's okay. I'll probably go back to the library once I finish my drinks.
All right, I'll see you later then. And don't feel obligated to finish both if you don't want to.
Why would I not drink both drinks? They were both free.
I'm gonna try. Bye!
Like Lena, Aspen also retreats to behind the counter and starts filling the display case with pastries. Wonder if any of them are the croissants that Lena was talking about. Sure enough, it isn't long before the first customers start to show up. Aspen takes their orders with that fake nice voice that she used when we first met. Already I've gotten more used to hearing her regular speaking voice instead. It's interesting to know that even normal humans like her still pretend to be other people sometimes. Wonder why she feels like she has to do that. So far, she's one of the nicest humans I've ever met. Unless you're Lena, and then she's really, really mean to you. After I finish up my first coffee, I toss the cup away, but hold on to the second. I'll drink it later or something. Aspen waves as I leave the Bell House and start making my way back to the library. Had my fill of wandering around for at least a few days. If I'm going to be bored, I may as well do it while I'm comfy. Job or not, Aspen is definitely right about one thing. Really need to find something better to do with my time. Like hang out with Lena. Yes! Yes! There's so many things. Oh, we could go back to our den. Interesting. No, we can't. We can't do literally none of the other options are letting me click on them. I have to spend time with Lena, which is great because I already wanted to. But that's really funny. She wasn't joking. There's a botanical garden. After a few hours of sitting around at the library, I'm bored enough to take Lena up on her offer to play tennis. Don't act like you didn't want this also. Come on. Only problem is I forgot to ask her where and when. Oh, sometime in the afternoon, I go down to the Bell House where an employee tells me both Aspen and Lena have left for the day. They give me directions to a place called Hatai Park, which is where they say Lena mentioned before heading out. I follow their instructions and reach a big open area full of people on bikes, walking or just sitting in the grass. I wander around looking for any sight of Lena or people playing tennis. Maybe look for the tennis courts, perhaps. Finally, I spot the courts and make my way over. Out of the dozen or so people who are playing, it isn't hard to find Lena when I get there.
Yeah! Nice serve!
She runs back and forth, leaping and diving to hit the little green ball before it can touch the ground. She flaps her wings to keep from falling over when she does. Her partner, a tall boy with antlers on his head, looks exhausted. When he swings his racket, it looks like his arm might fall off at any second. When I get close enough, Lena notices me and stops mid-dive.
Miho! You're late!
What? Now that she's distracted, her partner takes the opportunity to hurry away, collapsing into the grass to rest. Did she just force some random to play with her?
Sorry, I wasn't sure what time I should come by. Or where.
Oh, right. I guess I should have told you. In that case, good guess.
I don't bother telling her that I got help from one of her coworkers. Lena picks up a racket from nearby and offers it to me.
Ready to play?
I guess so. I don't really know the rules though.
It's fine. Me either. Just try to hit the ball, alright?
Okay, I can do that.
Lena picks up... Oh! I take up my spot on the other side of the net, trying to imitate the way other people are standing.
Alright, here goes!
You're gonna play with your jacket on? Okay. Lena drops the ball and then knocks it towards me. I watch it carefully, and when it gets close enough, I swing! The ball goes soaring way over her head and falls into the grass out of sight somewhere.
Maybe a little less oomph next time. Let's try it again.
She serves the ball, and this time I just barely hit it over the net. Lena dives for it like before and sends it sailing back to me. The more we play, the easier it gets. Both of us miss the ball or knock it into the net a lot, but it's not too bad. Finally, even Lena gets tired, and we take a break to drink some water.
How long have you played tennis?
Like, today or in my life?
In your life?
She about to say, like, a week. She thinks about it a bit, scrunching up her nose.
About a week.
I fucking knew it. I love Lena so much. I can't. And in another week, she will not be playing it. Oh, she's perfect.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, how about you?
About half an hour, I guess.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. See? We're both trying new things.
The whole time we're talking, Lena keeps glancing away from me to watch the other players. I try to figure out what's so interesting, but can't.
Okay, break's over. Let's play some more.
We get back on the court and play for a little bit longer until the end of the hour. As everyone else starts to pack up and leave, I follow Lena, who puts away our equipment.
So, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
It was alright. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't know if I'd want to play all the time. I can see why some people enjoy it at least.
Being outside is nice, and it was a good way to burn off some energy.
That's good. They meet a few times a week if you want to come back.
Will you be here?
Not sure yet.
Even while cleaning up, she's still distracted by someone or something else. When the other players walk past us on their way out the park, Lena turns her head to watch one of them.
Ready, because we're planting trees here next time. Really exciting, right? If you want to help out, then come to me after.
I catch a snippet of conversation as the person Lena's watching, a dryad, goes by. Lena must hear too, because she instantly closes her eyes and puts her fingers against the sides of her head.
Planting trees. Planting trees.
She repeats the words to herself a few times, then her eyes snap back open.
Okay, got it.
Huh?
Got what?
What I'm doing next time. I'll have to start studying up tonight so that I'm ready.
Oh no. Oh no. That's why you're getting into a bunch of different stuff.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm pretty lost, but I guess this is just how Lena is.
You should come too, if you're not doing anything. I'll tell Aspen to give you the details.
Absolutely. Anything for you.
Sure, sounds good.
I'm not sure if I want to commit, but I definitely will. Especially since Lena probably won't even remember me the next time we see each other. I forgot about that. Don't say that. Oh man, that made me really sad. But playing tennis wasn't so bad, so I should at least keep my options open.
Good. Alright, see you then, Miho.
See ya.
Waving goodbye, Lena heads off down one of the paths. I take a different one that leads me out of the park and back to the library for the rest of the day. Time well spent. With a tiny ding, the toast pops up and I load it onto the plate with the other slices. God, I love toast. I bring the dish over to the table.
Thank you, Miho. Go ahead and put it by the butter.
Oops, sorry. Let me get my bag out of your way.
Once the table is set, the three of us sit. I've gotten more used to the routine of breakfast and know when to do things like pass the salt and pepper without being asked. Every morning so far, we have the same thing, eggs and toast, but it's a lot tastier than convenience store food, and there are different spreads and fruits to change things up. Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating, followed by Aspen, who stretches with a content sigh.
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
It's my pleasure.
The two of them saying this is part of the routine too. Usually Aspen would be getting up right now to leave for work, except this time she doesn't.
Don't you need to go, Aspen?
Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
She peers at me from over the rim of her cup as she sips her coffee.
Nah, I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered. Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until noon.
Nice.
Will you be writing then?
Yes, I ought to. I'm about halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so every minute helps.
Oh my. Halfway already? That's excellent progress. I look forward to reading it when you're finished.
Don't give me too much credit, I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
All you can do is keep trying.
What are you writing?
A book. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
Well, yeah, but about what?
Whoa. You're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be?
Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is. It takes time to plan the story and prepare to write, and then even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it. Of course, the more you write, the better you become at it. And so sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
Well, like I said, it's not that simple.
Aspen clears her throat.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
I glance over at Juliet, who's intently watching her tea as she stirs it.
And you? Did you end up finding something to fill your time?
Oh, like a hobby. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do. Although I'm hardly one to talk, there are times where I want to do anything except write.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Once or twice, I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there was something I wanted to ask you.
What's that?
Well, how would you feel about helping out around the library as a part-time job?
I was wondering if we would get to that, like if that would be a thing. Because that seems like the natural sort of option, right? But also it seems like nobody runs this library. It's just an honor system based thing. So that's crazy.
I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help to me.
Really? But I thought you didn't need any help running the library.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers.
That's oh, okay.
But in addition to the kind assistance from Aspen in the mornings, I also have to reshelve books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more. I don't mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits. If you're uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline. You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
Helping around here doesn't sound bad at all. Doesn't sound very exciting either, but it's not like I've found anything else I'd rather do instead. At least it's comfy in the library and super convenient. Having some money again would be nice too. It would be even better that there's no one trying to take it back.
Alright, I'll do it.
Juliet looks a little taken aback.
That was fast. Are you quite sure?
Yeah, I'll try it at least.
Of course. If you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset. Why don't you take the rest of the week for yourself, and you can begin on Monday?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to it then.
The two of them chat a little bit longer before Aspen leaves to go write and Juliet goes to bed. I stay mostly quiet, thinking to myself. A job. Something I never envisioned having. Figured I'd just keep stealing until what exactly? I'm not too sure. Until I find my person, I guess. That goal has been all I've focused on for my entire life, but now spending time here in Wellington is actually making me plan things out in advance. When I stop and think about the future, it's a lot of emptiness and mystery. Makes me realize just how little I have to fall back on. That's why doing all these normal things, like getting a job, could be good for me. I don't know what might be useful someday. As for my person, I'm still always thinking about them and how I can find them. That part hasn't changed. For now, I'll just go with the flow and see where it takes me. The child. Wait, why is there a little clock symbol on some of these? Home! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, actually, no. Go away. Just, Juliet's looking for a very specific set of skills. Let's... I wonder if it'll be like the last time where I'll have time to go and like go to both of these. I don't know. Oh wait, if we go to the waterfront, maybe he's the one who runs the fishing stuff. Let's do that. While trying to think of something to do, I suddenly remember the fishing lessons that Juliet told me about. I'm already pretty good at fishing as a fox, but it does have its downsides, like having to get all wet and ending up with scales in my teeth. I know some people go fishing for fun, so maybe I'd like it too. At the very least, it could be useful to know someday. Besides, it's not like I've got anything better to do. Down at the waterfront, there's a big crowd like always. The merchant booths that Juliet pointed out to me have long lines and clusters of people in front of them. Right along the water, there are fishermen selling all kinds of fresh fish. The smell, mixed with the salty sea air, is making me hungry. I wander over to the spot that Juliet pointed out to me. Today, there's half a dozen people with fishing rods in their hands, lines out in the water. They're all spaced apart, and behind them is a man who's giving instructions.
Hold on. Don't I know him?
I look closer. Sure enough, it's the man I met on the mountain not too long ago, who taught me what a kiwi is. He paces between the people fishing, adjusting their posture and giving them advice. There's another person helping him out, a younger guy who's untangling lines and preparing supplies. One of the fishermen waves at the instructor for help.
Hey, Mr. Kim, can you give me a hand? Coming!
Mr. Kim practically skips over and shows the person how to send out their line.
I need some help too. Well, which bait should I use?
That depends on the fish. Let's take a look.
He bounces around between the group before he spots me and gives me a big hearty wave.
Hello there, miss. Here for a bit of fishing?
I was thinking about it.
You've certainly come to the right place. First time fishing?
With a rod, at least. I usually do it with my teeth.
Oh, I can't say I've ever tried that myself, but if you'd like to learn how to do things our way, I'd be glad to show you.
Sure, why not? I came all this way.
That's the spirit. Here, why don't you go ahead and stand here?
I take a spot on the pier and face the water. Mr. Kim goes through how to hold the rod, how to put bait on the hook, and finally, how to cast. Once he's done explaining, he steps back to give me some space.
All right. Now let's see what you've got.
Right, so I stand like this and put my hand here.
I do my best to copy everything he showed me, and then I just noticed that she is copying his pose. That's really funny. Do my best to copy everything he showed me. And then with a flick of my wrists, I cast my line out to sea.
Perfect! Nice job. Oh, I forgot to ask for your name.
Miho.
Nice job, mijo. Keep it up and you'll be a master angler in no time.
How long does it take to catch one?
Well, now that depends on the fish. It could be minutes, or it could be hours. I've been after the same fish for years.
Whoa! Don't you ever go home?
He laughs, and I'm reminded of the first time we met up on the mountain.
I certainly do. But I always come back. Patience is the most important virtue, other than maybe a bit of luck.
Mr. Kim goes to check on the others while I stand there waiting. Doesn't seem like anyone else is getting a bite, so at least it's not just me. We're gonna be here forever. And that's fishing. Congratulations. Suddenly, oh! Okay, never mind. Suddenly one of the other fishers yells with excitement.
I got one! I got one!
They frantically start to reel in their catch. All of us gather around to watch.
Steady, steady!
They plant their feet firmly, reeling with all their strength, but it's clear that the fish is fighting back.
Can you help?
Of course!
Mr. Kim also that's a fucking gigantic fish, hello? Mr. Kim also grabs the rod, and together the two of them manage to land their catch. Everyone, including myself, gasps as a fish breaks through the surface, its red scales shining in the sunlight. Mr. Kim lets go so the fisher can admire their prize.
Whoa! And isn't she beautiful? Congratulations!
My stomach rumbles just from watching. Unfortunately, after a few more minutes of waiting for my own fish, I still don't get any bites. Finally, it's time to pack up and head home. Mr. Kim catches me before I can leave the pier.
So, what'd you think, mijo? Does it beat the ways you've gone fishing before?
It was okay. I didn't catch anything in the end. But it was cool to watch you and that other person get one.
It's like that sometimes. You just have to keep trying. I hope we'll see you around again sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks for showing me all that stuff.
In the end, it was just a lot of standing around. What he said about needing patience makes sense, but if I'm looking for something fun to do, then I'm not sure that this was exciting enough. It was kind of relaxing. I do still think it would be useful to learn. Either way, I'm glad I came and checked this place out. Now to go see if Juliet keeps any seafood in the fridge of the library. Hell yeah. Oh! Once we finish eating breakfast, Juliet drums her fingers on the table, looking thoughtful.
Miho, it occurred to me that perhaps I should give you the proper tour of the library now. That way, you have the weekend to get better acquainted with it if you need.
Tour? I think I've seen everything, right?
Pardon. I meant of the books themselves. Where to find each genre and what they are.
Oh, right. Sure.
I hadn't really thought about the books. To me, they're all the same, but I guess that wouldn't be true for everyone else. Right now, I have the place memorized in the same way you'd memorize a battlefield. What places are out of sight, how to get in and out, and anything else that might be useful. Don't think there are many battles that happen in here, so Juliet's tour would probably be more helpful.
If you'd like, I can show you a couple of my favorite books.
Not sure how that's gonna help, but okay.
That way, if anyone asks for a recommendation, you could at least make something up.
I see.
That'd be great.
Anything that makes it easier for me to make things up is fine by me. The three of us head to the entrance.
Let's start with the basics, shall we? As you know, this is the reference desk. It's where books are checked in and out, and where anyone who needs help can find it.
What kind of help do people ask for?
Usually, they need assistance finding a specific book. Or perhaps they need a recommendation for what to read next, as Aspen mentioned.
Hope they like the same books as her then.
Don't worry, I'll think of some that are more popular.
Okay, well, maybe just give me, like, the most recommended for each genre, at least. If you only give me, like, whatever you like. What even do you like? What genres are you reading?
Not my real favorites, which most people would be too bored to finish.
Ay, ay, ay. That's not, that does not instill confidence. Juliet leads us into the actual rows of shelves. I stare down the books as I pass by, committing as many details to memory as I can. Even if I can't read the words, I can try to remember the colors and shapes and covers.
Over here is the children's section. It's got lots of picture books and beginner reader books. The shelves are shorter too, so that children can reach them more easily.
Oh, I've seen some of those around. Are adults allowed to read them too?
Of course. Parents read to their kids quite often.
Some people read them for fun, too. You gain so much more appreciation for the illustrations once you're older.
We head over to another area.
This is the non-fiction section. It's for books about things that are true, rather than made-up stories.
I rarely visit this section, personally.
And yet you're reading boring stuff? Wait a minute, I thought for sure. What? In a shady corner near Aspen's favorite table, Juliet taps a small sign hanging on one of the shelves.
This is the mystery section. Stories about detectives, murders, and other such subjects live here.
I do admire mystery writers. It's difficult to come up with a compelling one.
We go around the whole library like this. Oh, we're not gonna keep getting the little clips for each genre. Come on, man. Go around the whole library like this with Juliet and Aspen pointing out all the other sections. Finally, we come to a stop back at the desk where we started.
I do believe that's everything. Do you feel like you have a good understanding now?
It's hard to keep them all straight. Fantasy, history, cookbooks, biographies. I think I've got most of it, though.
By the end, my head feels like it's spinning, and I know that I won't be able to remember everything as hard as I try. But I do feel like I've gotten a better feeling for the place. At the very least, I could show someone where to find the restrooms.
It is a lot to take in. Don't worry if you can't memorize it all right away. There's plenty of time to learn.
Even I forget where things are sometimes, and I've spent more time here than at my own apartment.
Thanks! It might take me a while, but I'll get it eventually.
I know you will. I have the utmost confidence in you.
If I'm gonna do this, I may as well try my best. Maybe something good will come from it, and if not, I can always just leave.
Want me to show you the books I was thinking of now?
Sure!
I'll be off to bed myself then. Have a lovely day, you two.
Sleep well!
Night!
Juliet heads upstairs while Aspen and I go back to the shelves.
To start with,
She leads the way to the fiction section, which is easy to remember since it's the biggest. Aspen runs a finger along the books as we move down an aisle. I see her scanning the titles before she stops and taps the spine of one.
here we are, Wuthering Heights. I just returned this one recently after finishing my annual reread. It's a very tragic love story. The main character is rather terrible, I must confess, and there's an awful lot of death.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll have to... Maybe I have to read this. You said the books that you like are boring. Death is not boring.
But despite all that, it's beautiful.
Description definitely isn't what I was expecting. That's what I'm saying.
People really like to read that stuff?
Oh, you're not expecting it for a different reason.
Sometimes, yes. You read to experience all kinds of different feelings. Besides, I think there's a kind of sad beauty to doomed romances like that. It really does put life in perspective.
If you say so.
You don't have to take my word for it. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you start working here. In the meantime...
I follow Aspen to the other side of the room where there are a couple smaller racks of books near the corner.
Do you enjoy poetry?
You mean like races and stuff? Guess they're okay.
That took me a minute.
That's pottery. Poetry is...
She clears her throat.
Prose. Words in their best order. Poetry, the best words in the best order.
God, you're such a nerd.
Samuel Coleridge said that. He was a poet, but he's not the one I have in mind. I'll show you what he meant.
The book she selects looks old. Very old. Has a green cover that's rough like a lizard skin with the letters being faded gold.
Alfred Lord Tennyson is one of the most famous poets to have existed. I simply adore his work.
Who? I can't be that most famous if I've never heard of this motherfucker.
Here, this is from The Lady of Shalott. Ahem.
She clears her throat again, even though it's only been a few seconds since the last time.
Willows whiten, aspens shiver. The sunbeam showers break and quiver. In the stream that runneth ever, by the island in the river, flowing down to Camelot.
Do you just like this poem because your name's in it? I barely heard past the first line.
Aspens! Like your name! Does it come from this poem?
If only. Aspens are a type of tree. Mum loves them. More than she likes poetry, for sure. I do wish I'd been named after it, though.
She reads me the rest of it, which ends up being pretty long. It's kind of hard to follow, but imagining the fields and towers that she talks about is nice. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've been to Camelot before. Some of the details in the poem aren't quite right. Anyway, even if I don't really understand the poem, it's nice to listen to Aspen reading it. Plus, there's no way I'll forget what that book looks like.
Alright, last one. I thought 3 would be enough to start, but you can always ask me for more recommendations if you need. I could suggest books until lunch, if I didn't stop myself.
I might someday. Even though I lived in the library for a few days now, I never really knew how many different books there were out there before.
Oh, believe me, this library isn't even a fraction of what exists. It's not that big for a library, in fact, just huge for a personal collection, which is really what it is.
How many books have you read?
I couldn't even guess. Definitely hundreds. Maybe thousands?
Wow, I've never thought about this question before, but... yeah, I guess if you, like, take into account all the books that you read as a kid, too, like, growing up. It's a lot of books. Damn. That is a lot of books.
I've never tried counting, but perhaps I should now that you mention it.
Alright, hey, wait a minute. How many books have I read in my lifetime?
It would be nice to look back on someday. Okay, here we are.
The book she takes me to is laid out flat on an end table where more people can see it rather than on the shelf.
Everyone knows the story of Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up and can fly.
Everyone except me!
Now you do too. Peter has a darling fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and he fights the Darcyby pirate Captain Hook. Peter leads a group of boys called the Lost Boys, and they cause all sorts of trouble for Neverland, where they all live.
What do you mean he never grows up?
In Neverland, you never get older. So he stays a young boy for his whole life. Even when the girl he loves, Wendy, grows up and gets married, and someday dies.
You sure do like sad stories, huh?
I suppose I do. It's as Peter Pan himself says. To die would be an awfully big adventure. Still, it's not like I only like sad things. Romance is my favorite genre, and not just the tragic kind.
I sit down on one of the chairs since it seems like Aspen wants to have a conversation. May as well get comfy. Aspen sits down too, fidgeting with the strap of her purse.
Why is it your favorite?
Why? Well,
Her hands stop moving while she thinks.
In a book, things can be much more perfect than in real life. A moonlit balcony all alone, or a sunset kiss on the seashore. Real life is considerably messier. I've never been in love before, although I think it sounds quite nice. As I said earlier, people read to feel things. So until that time, living vicariously through other stories is enough. What about you?
What about me?
Do you ever hope to fall in love? I assume you haven't been in love before, but maybe I'm wrong.
Nah, I haven't. I like being on my own.
Do you think maybe that would change if you met the right person?
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't thought about it much. Since everyone forgets me, there's never been a reason for me to care.
Ay, ay, ay.
I suppose that's reasonable. Still, that must be... Well, it doesn't matter. Do you ever watch movies? Or TV? Just about everything has a love story in it nowadays, not just books.
Nah, not in a long time.
How long?
She sure asks a lot of questions. And they jump around topics so much too. Don't really mind, but I have to try hard to even remember the answers. All the places I've seen and days I've spent have mostly blurred together in my head.
I'm not sure. A few years? There was a really big crowd around a window, so I wanted to see what they were all looking at.
And? What was it?
I don't know what it was. I didn't speak the language there yet, and I didn't memorize the sounds. But on TV, there were these people in white suits bouncing around, and the people watching seemed really excited by it.
Aspen gasps.
Did the people on TV, do you remember by chance if the place they were hopping around looked like a desert, all rocky and empty?
Oh!
Now that you mention it, yeah. How did you know?
How did you know just based on that description? I was so fucking lost. Partially because I was thinking like dress suits. She dashes a hand to her forehead in disbelief.
That was the moon landing!
No, I'm pretty sure I'd remember if the moon landed.
This is some funny shit in this.
Not like that, silly. It was when humans went to the moon for the first time.
I'm sorry, that was only a few years ago?
Wait, they did?
Yes, and you saw it happen, apparently.
They must have had help from the Fabled's magic, right?
No, not this time. It was pure human ingenuity.
Wow.
You look surprised.
I am. I didn't know humans could do something like that.
Well, not just any human. It took a lot of work from a lot of people. It still does to this day. I can't believe you got to watch it live, though. What was it like?
Had a really good lunch that day.
Never change, Miho.
Everyone was so distracted that I was able to sneak into a restaurant that usually would have caught me.
She shakes her head.
That's all you can remember.
It was some kind of pasta dish with a white sauce and lots of cheese.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, I'm so hungry now.
I meant about... Oh, never mind. Anyway, I was just going to suggest asking Juliet about putting a TV in your room.
The ghost TV that was there for a moment.
Surely there's one in this place somewhere. It would give you something to do, at least. And you don't have to be able to read to enjoy the story of a good show or movie.
Yeah, I might. I definitely need something to do other than walk around town all day.
Let me know if you do. I'll bring over some movies for you to borrow.
Hell yeah.
If I can't recommend books to you, at least I can do that.
Will do. I don't know where else I'd start anyway.
After checking her phone, Aspen stands back up.
I'll be more than happy whenever you ask. For now, not to be rude, but I'm going to go write for a little while. I'm working on the last couple chapters of this book before I'm finished, and I want to be done with it as fast as I can.
Oh, sure. Good luck.
To tell the truth, I'm always a bit relieved when someone else ends the conversation for me. I've never know how to do that shit myself. I wave goodbye as Aspen goes off to her table by the window, pen in hand. Within moments, she is hunched over her notebook, writing. And now, my best friend is available. I'm gonna save, but Aspen never misses a chance to discuss her favorite books. In fact, she creates them. I can't believe that Peter Pan is one of her favorite, like one of the ones that she was like, this one you gotta recommend to people. Oh wait, I'll save in a new spot. Just wild.